Let's get it. It is an absolutely gorgeous rainy day here in Charlotte once again. And fam, when I be saying it's a gorgeous day, it is gorgeous. We have our health, our strength, and the movement of our limbs, as folks like to say. I'm getting somebody's spot here today. This is a spot where usually the homeless fellas sit here with their back on the wall, looking so helpless. But all praises to the Most High, because we used to be homeless and helpless, but now we have the helper. Like I said in a few recordings ago, we have the promise keeper. And what is the promise keeper? One that keeps his promises. Somebody that says they're going to do something, and next thing you know, you see them following up with what they say they're going to do. All praises to the Most High. And I hope everyone else is well, just like I am. Pardon me. And that you are able to get out and enjoy this beautiful day. Getting in some exercise, some fresh air, and hopefully some sunshine. If that's where it's at, in your neck of the woods. Pardon me as we set this camera up. From time to time I forget to stop talking while I'm setting that camera up. But all praises to the Most High. It is chilly out today. Or cooler than it's usually. It is usually. Up to this point anyway. And as always, I do have a great thought I wanted to share. One that I hope will be a blessing to somebody out there tuning in to our secret place with the Most High. But first I want to say that in a prior recording, Trust the Most High, period, I think that was on Wednesday. We brought out the idea that if you trust someone, then you will do what they ask you to do to prove your love and trust. In my study over in the morning, this thought was confirmed by this text, which is lending itself to our thought for today also. And that text is Isaiah 26, 8 and 9. Most High, we show our trust in you by obeying your laws. Where was that script at? That script was hiding out, wasn't it? It had to be, because a lot of people be skipping over this one. Our heart's desire is to glorify your name. In the night I search for you. In the morning I earnestly seek you. For only when you come to judge the earth will people learn what is right. That is sad. That's a sad song. And I'm trying to get myself right so I won't cause myself to sweat more than I should right here at this moment before I get up and get moving. And that is sad that the text says, for only when you come to judge the earth will people learn what is right. And see, the problem is what this text says here. In the night I search for you, in the morning I earnestly seek you. That means you're searching for him at night, like I do, to critique the day you just had. And pretty much like I do to get orders for the next day. And then in the morning, I get them orders finalized and refreshed in my ruach, in my spirit, in my heart and mind. But the Most High deals with us all differently. Like the poem my wife wrote, individualized for a reason. And we're individualized for our purpose, for our path. See, we don't all walk the same path in life. We walk some similar paths as other folks, but none the same. So he has to deal with us differently and separately. However, since we're all on the path heading to him and his goal of getting us all into the kingdom and prepared to live the kingdom life, we're going to have similar lessons and similar wisdom tools that's going to help us all on our path. And the main one is his text, his word. And like I said, this thought is going to lend itself to our idea for today with this script. And like I said, O Most High, we show our trust in you by obeying your laws. Our heart's desire is to glorify your name. So that's basically saying, by keeping your laws, statutes, and commands, we're glorifying your name. We're bringing glory to you by doing what you ask us to do. Because we're basically showing our trust in you by obeying your laws. Okay, stop hitting the snooze button on the Most High's time. Wake up. Stop hitting the snooze button on the Most High's time. Wake up. And the Most High put the idea of, what did he say? Wake up from your slumber and wake up from your slumber. Something else he worded it to me, and I looked up that, and it was leading right on into Romans 13 and 11, as well as other scripts. But this one really stuck out to me, and it says, "This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out." That's what caught me. Wake up, for your salvation is nearer now. For our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. Hallelujah. And I'm going to read over Romans 13. I think it's like 1 through 12. This is all more, and this is 11. No, we're going to start with love fulfills the Most High's requirements. Owe nothing to anyone except for your obligation to love one another. If you love your neighbor, you will fulfill the requirements of the Most High's laws. For the commandments say, you must not commit adultery. You must not murder. You must not steal. You must not covet. These and other such commandments are summed up in this one commandment. And I believe deep in my heart I don't even think I should speak on that. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to others, so love fulfills the requirement of the Most High's law. This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out, and this is 11. Wake up, for your salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. The night is almost gone. The day of salvation soon be here. So remove your dark deeds like dirty clothes, and put on the shining armor of right living. Because we belong to the day, we must live decent lives for all to see. Don't participate in the darkness of wild parties and drunkenness, or in sexual promiscuity and immoral living, or in quarreling and jealousy. Indeed, clothe yourself with the presence of the Most High, of Yahushua HaMashiach rather, and don't let yourself think about ways to indulge your evil desires. And up here, where the script says, if you love your neighbor, you will fulfill the requirements of God's law, or the Most High's law. Pardon me. I'm trying to work on this spitting thing because it can be a distraction. And I know the Most High has healed me from the effects of that stroke, and He's still healing me of the effects of that stroke. So yeah, we're going to work on it. I prayed about it, and every time I think about it, I try to do something else. Because I don't want to be a distraction. But after that, it goes along down to a few of the commandments of the 10 commandments. And then it says, these and other such commandments are summed up in this one commandment. And yeah, that's true. I believe that. But the first and number one is to love the Most High, your Elohim, with all your heart, soul, and body. See, this is the first and most important command. And then love your neighbor. Because if you're loving the Most High, like we said up here in the beginning, you're going to do what He tell you to do, simply out of trust. You're not going to commit murder. You're not going to steal. You're not going to have any Elohims before Him. You're going to keep the Sabbath day. All the commands that He's given us through love. And see, when the Most High was dealing with me about this, I had some checkers in my Ruach that was kind of looking at this as if it was somewhat off. Because we know we're supposed to follow the commands as Hebrews, because that's what separates us from this world system. Or that's what separates us from other nations and other peoples. It distinguishes us, and it protects us from the harm of not keeping the commands. And we see the harm of not keeping the commands by other folks' folly. And to be quite honest, our ancestors' folly and our own folly in not keeping the commands. But this is a choice, like I said in the title, stop hitting the snooze button on the Most High's time. Because time is running out, as the text says in Romans 13 and 11. For you know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up, for our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. Praise the Most High. I think we got through our thought for today with only spitting twice. But all praises, we're going to work on even that. I don't like swallowing, and that ain't even necessary to talk about now. But make up in your mind today as a word of encouragement and the final thought of our week here in the secret place, that you're not going to hit the snooze button no more. When the Most High nudges you to get up, you're not going to say, I need some more sleep. No, I don't want to do that. I want to have my own way right now. I'm having too much fun. Oh boy, thank you, Father. We go back down here. Don't participate in the darkness of wild parties and drunkenness, or in sexual promiscuity and immoral living, or in quarreling and jealousy. See, that pretty much summed it all up as far as where this generation stands. And see, just like this part says here, immoral living. And we've been talking about this for the last week, but I'm sure for the last at least week and a half, that your worship, that your lifestyle is your worship. Not when you go to church, not when you go to the assembly, to the mosque, wherever you call yourself going to worship the Most High. See, the whole point is, are you really worshiping the Most High, or are you worshiping the God of this world? Oh boy, that's a mouthful right there. Who allows you to do these things? He allows wild parties and drunkenness. Matter of fact, it's done up in the church. It's done up in all these other religions in their assemblies, because they're not keeping the Most High's laws. Because they don't pay attention to the Most High's nudging. They're like, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna enjoy myself. You only live once, right? Okay, have that. But like I said the other day, I have decided to follow Yahushua. And with me, there's no turning back. No, there's no turning back. Because I know I'm going to get a little wet just by riding through the wet ground, on the wet grounds and on the path, because of the puddles. I hadn't even peeked at the radar. It's still misting, but I think I'm dressed accordingly. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yeah, I was already on the most part disappointed because we didn't get our ride in yesterday. We really need, what we really want to get our ride in today. We got in 7.5, I believe close to 8 on yesterday. And I believe I will head on over to the other park, even in this little light rain. But for my camera, I have a covering for it, but I don't have the adapter to fit this helmet. And I don't want to get wet too, period. So we'll sit here and wait it out. We be thinking we getting one thing, but he has us set up for something else. But all praises to the Most High. As always, we love you. Stay up, keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.